back to the stage, the Beautiful Gypsies, everybody. Let's see here. I feel like we're missing Todd. There he is. Why don't we just do that right now while we have a second? Ladies and gentlemen, on the bass guitar, a very talented man. You'll see it very shortly. You'll see a music video that he directed for the band, and he's already done one or two. Very, very dedicated and talented filmmaker in his own right. And for some strange reason, I'm not totally sure why, he's chosen to play bass with us. I feel very grateful to have him. Shehab Illyas here from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Everybody. He must have lost a bet or something. You'll know this fella right here. Many of you. He's had the worst seat. He's had the worst seat in the house at every great big sea concert. And he's had the most unenvious job of trying to keep me from speeding up, ladies and gentlemen. From Westfield, Nova Scotia, Kris MacFarlane. He's also a big Habs fan. We know the score yet.
Overtime stuff. Overtime.
We're going to go watch the overtime. I first met this fella here in the very early 90s. He was playing in a band from the prairies at the time. The band was called the Waltons, and they had still one of my favorite Canadian records of all time called Lick My Tractor. I'm not making it up, you gotta see it, it's fantastic. And I've seen him play mostly since then with Hawksley Workman, if you've seen Hawksley on him. They call him Mr. Lonely, but we call him Todd. Mr. Todd Lumley from Halifax. I first met this fella when I was in Clarenville, Newfoundland in the early 90s, just after Great Big Sea started, I think. And we had played a gig over in Clarenville, I think like a festival or the hockey rink or something like that. And I went down to the local bar because it was packed and everyone was having a great time. And I walked in and I was like, I got a beer, and the band was playing like one of my favorite Van Halen songs. And I thought, that's pretty cool, Van Halen. It's freaking cool. So I got my beer and I made my way to the stage, but in the celebration of it all, I tripped. And I fell, this is true, I fell on the floor, and I thought to myself in the midst of the dance floor, like, how embarrassing for me to be down here with my beer, Johnny Rockstar, who just played, right? The hockey, anyway. Imagine my delight when I turned my head to the right, and who do I see right next to me? But the very guitar player who's playing the very guitar solo from Hot for Teacher. And I said, I know how come I'm on the floor. What are you doing down here? And I believe he was still playing, and he went, what do you got? How was your gig? I was like, not as good as yours, Jesus Christ. And he sang up a storm, and I've loved him on the guitar, and one of the best singers Newfoundland has ever produced, ladies and gentlemen. Cory Tetford, right here. From deep in the heart of central Newfoundland. The first time I met this fair lady over here, it was in the hockey dressing room in Vernon, British Columbia. I think it was over 10 years ago now, was it? 12 years ago. She was playing fiddle then with a band called the Paperboards, I think, out in the British Columbia. And she was amazing then. She plays in a few bands, and you'll see her on TV the odd time in the Cocktail Ads film. She's incredible in it. I speak for everybody else on the bus, and I said we're very grateful to have her. I toured with only dudes for a long time. And you'd be surprised how clean you can keep stuff when you got a lady on the bus. And I don't know what it is, but sometimes years ago when I used to tour with all dudes, you come home off the road and like you're a little bit sort of stiff and stuff because you're slouching all the time, you know what I mean? You got a lady on the bus, she comes up in the morning, he's like, everybody just stands up a little bit taller. She's beautiful and she's talented. She's a great singer, a great guitar player, and the best fiddle player in the world. Kendel Carson, everybody. most beautiful of the gypsies.